Hi everyone. Welcome to our Friday Insta Live. My name is Tlatsetso and I am the Feenix Sustainability Officer. And today we are really excited to have Zolani joining us. Zolani Mahola. She is a singer, songwriter, actress, and recently became a Phoenix champion. So we are very excited to have her join us today to discuss Cap the Gap, crowdfunding, Mandela Day, what she's doing for Mandela Day, what we're doing as Phoenix for Mandela Day, and what you at home can do for Mandela Day as well, given the current situation that we are in. So we are very excited to have Zolani join us. Hi Alzan, hi Sipe, hi Zolani, I see you, and I am going to add her now so we can get the live started. We are really excited to have Zolani on today. So we're just waiting for her to come online. Hi, Renal. It's always good to see you. Hi, Zolani.
Hello.
How
Hi,
are
Tlatsetso.
you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. So I have to say, everybody at Phoenix is such a huge fan. Everyone is so excited
I'm
to
super
have
excited too.
to have you as a champion, as well
Yes.
as having you do this live with us. We are also
Okay.
excited.
It's such a pleasure. I'm such a fan of your work, guys. I'm happy
Thank
to be a part of your
you.
family.
Thank you. We're happy to have you as part of our family. We're really stoked. So, we are going to start off. What we
Yeah.
like to do is challenge people who join the family a bit. So, we have a bit of a challenge for you
Okay.
just to see if you can survive in the family.
Okay. Okay. I'm
Um,
game.
so,
I'm game.
okay, so it's called the Cap the Gap Challenge. So, what we're going to ask you to do is to close your eyes and then in the comment section, type
Yes.
Cap the Gap from your phone with your eyes closed.
Oh my God, really?
Yes! There's method
Okay.
behind the madness. There's method behind the madness.
Okay. Okay, let me try. Let me try.
Okay.
Okay. Can I peek? Can I peek a little bit?
No
No.
peeking.
Okay.
None whatsoever. Eyes closed.
Did I do it? Oh man. No, I didn't do it at all.
Um, so the reason, okay, there we go. See, there we have a Cal DVD gal. So that is what you were able to type. That's what you managed to type. And the reason behind it is what we're trying to illustrate through this challenge. And
Yeah.
we're going to ask you at home as
Stable.
well to try and do it if you can. Like, try and
Mm.
type in the comment section with your eyes closed, guys. Don't cheat. Hashtag cap the gap. And the reason we're doing this challenge is to show that when you have a task at hand, right, and you're given a task, but something that is so important to you being able to complete that task is taken away, you are unable to do it to your best ability. So that is what is happening currently with students who are unable
Sarah.
to, right?
Hey, Odwa. Oh, look at all these people.
It's so exciting, right? So yeah, so like with students being unable to have those resources, that's what they're facing right now.
Yeah.
Ronald, you were pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Ronald was pretty close. So that's what the students are facing currently because of
Yes.
lack of access to resources such as laptops, data, and food vouchers.
Yes.
Oh, Sita was pretty close as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really good. Oh, look at Elzan.
Wow, Alban, have you been practicing? Alban, were your eyes closed?
Bash. I think it's really illustrative. I think it's a good game, and it's a good challenge. I think that so often, particularly if you have a lot of access, if you are able, if you whatever, you've got a laptop, you connected to Wi-Fi, you have a good support systems, you take it for granted, and so I think it was a really it's a very good challenge. It's a good way of thinking of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, basically. Yes,
Definitely,
very good.
definitely. Definitely. So, did you enjoy the challenge? Did you have fun with the challenge?
I didn't find the challenge, but yeah, I mean, certainly just talk about putting yourself in somebody's shoes. You can. I felt quite trepidatious. I felt like I didn't know, if I was going to be able to do this.
Mm,
Um, and I guess, to the point, it feels, if so much is on the line, if it's your education,
mm,
if it's just survival, there's how much more is that feeling amplified? Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, so
definitely.
I love what Cap the Gap is doing. TNA, look at all these cool people. I love it. I love the initiative. Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much.
yeah,
And like I said, we saw a gap that needed to be bridged,
yes,
and which is why we started Cap the Gap.
yes.
So one of the first things that we would like to ask you is to just tell us more about your education journey.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that you grew up in the Eastern Cape and then you came to study at UCT, how
Yes.
that transition was, your university journey, how was that, and why education is important to you.
Okay, so I left the Eastern Cape in after my matric year, which was 99. So the year 2000 was my first year at UCT, was my first time away from the Eastern Cape. Um, and I mean, I loved it. I loved studying. I loved the freedom that comes with, being in a youthful environment, and
Mm,
everything is new, and I love studying. I love opening my mind up. So I really loved being on campus, and I loved the learning. Um, so I would say, also like the discipline that I chose was drama. So um,
mm,
being in a creative, for me, I'm a born creative, so I really thrived um, being in that environment. Yeah, I mean, uh, I got a bursary. I mean, I couldn't,
mm,
without that bursary, I wouldn't have been able to, my father wouldn't have been able to send me to UCT. So I'm really
mm,
grateful for for handholds, to say, like you have this dream, and we want to support you in getting to your destination. Yeah.
mm.
So that's a
Yes,
bit of
no,
a bit of my history. Yeah, I mean, I think
okay.
education is hugely important. I so much of my world has opened up through learning,
Mm,
and also, more than learning, it's also a love of learning. It's also like I think that's what's really a really key thing. I think, unfortunately, in a lot of our schools, what happens is that you maybe learn by rote, um,
mm, mm,
and and you almost don't learn how to learn in a way that is enjoyable. So for
mm.
me, um, that's a part of what university did for me, actually. Being in varsity, it's like really applying learning in a very creative way. Yeah, and learning critical
Mm.
thinking and all of that stuff. Yeah,
Oh, definitely,
yeah.
definitely. And how do you think that journey would look like now? Imagine, we talked about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. So, fast forward, you're a university student. It's 2020. you're on campus, COVID happens.
Yeah.
What do you think that would look like in terms of online, and also just as a student? Yeah, what do you think that would look like if you were in those students' shoes today?
Yeah, if I was me back then and in those student shoes, I think it would probably be quite difficult. Yeah, quite tricky. I can, as I sort of intimated, we weren't like wealthy, and we, and without that person, without that support, I wouldn't really have been able to get there, let alone to sustain my being at university. So yeah, so I can imagine, that for a lot of students right now, it is a massive struggle. Yeah, for sure.
No, definitely, definitely. Yeah. And you know that, like at Feenix, so we are a crowdfunding platform, and we use crowdfunding to help students raise funds to be able to graduate debt free. And we know you are not a stranger to crowdfunding. You've had you've done crowdfunding before. You've used it as a way to raise funds. So, what would you say about crowdfunding? How would you encourage people to use crowdfunding more, particularly our students, to raise funds and to as a way of tapping into your community to reach a certain goal?
I think that authenticity is a really a big one. For me, when I did my crowdfunding campaign, I found it quite difficult, actually. I found it difficult, but I think that once you really identify what the need is and why and are able to really communicate with people in an authentic way, which I feel that Feenix does really, really well. People, and I know that you've received thus far good support, and I think that is because there is a real authentic need, and I think it's communicated very well. We all want to see this country thrive, and by empowering our youth, in getting themselves educated, in being in that space that really, like with me, that really opens you up to the world and opens you up to yourself, it's a massively crucial thing. So I really would say, the reason why I'm putting my hand up, and as a Feenix ambassador, as you say, is just to say, we have big dreams for this country, and one of those, and one of the ways to get to achieve those dreams is to encourage critical thinkers, is to encourage youth to become empowered, and education is such a critical piece of that. For sure.
Yes, definitely.
Hashtag cap the gap.
Yes, hashtag cap the gap. And speaking of which, but I think you've actually just answered it. I was actually just gonna ask you why cap the gap, but I feel like you tapped into it. With
I've got a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Of course, go ahead.
I mean, you guys are quite you're young. You guys who are running Feenix, and I think that is something really to be noted. That it's so many times the youth are told that they are, whatever, lethargic or not really like, or they're entitled. That's the word that comes a lot of the time. But I am so impressed with the number of young people that I have met who are so invested in making a real change in their society. So I want to say to you, firstly, I want to say to you and your team, really big up. And then I want to ask you as well, I mean, it's obvious, it's clear why Feenix exists and why Cap the Gap exists. But for you personally, can you tell me what it is in your heart, what it is that really drives you?
Wow, that is
made up of a young, dynamic team. Yes, I see.
Yes,
Tell me, what is it that drives you?
A very young, dynamic, amazing team. So in terms
Yeah.
of what drives me
Yes.
is just seeing a student getting fully funded and receiving a thank you note from them, receiving a graduation picture from them, reading their stories, and
Yeah.
just
Mm.
realizing that
No.
the difference that is made by those donations that are coming from the community. You know, it's people who don't know the student from Adam, but they will donate so much because they believe in their dream. They believe
Yes.
in what the student is trying to accomplish. So that's what, for me personally, that's what drives me. Um, and the belief and working with a team that actually believes in what we are trying to do. You know,
Yes.
what Feenix is trying to do as an organization, and seeing how everybody puts their all into it every day.
Mm.
Um, you you
Mm.
you wouldn't be anything but driven. You know,
Yeah.
it's an amazing environment to work in. The
Yeah.
Feenix team is amazing. Everybody just believes in what we're trying to do.
What?
So all those, that's what drives me, and I'd like to believe that's what drives the team as well, in all
Mm.
of us believing that access to education should not be dependent on wealth, and seeing that
Yes.
manifest every day when a student gets fully funded, you know, when a student graduates.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
yeah.
You know, I mean, like, what for me, like, what really excites me, I mean, so many things excite me in what you've just said, but you are, you're making this constitution come alive. You know what I mean? For me, like, it's active citizen engagement that really makes the country come to be the best, you know? Um, yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to just rely on government. You know, it's
Yes,
very difficult to just
definitely.
rely on institutions. So we
Definitely.
all have a part to play, and big up, guys, big up.
Thank you. And it is
Yeah.
because of people like you who get on board and are like, I want to be a champion for this cause. I want to be a champion for
Mm.
those thousands of students who want to graduate debt free, you know, and our funders as well. They're amazing. You know, you get
Yes.
people who every month consistently donate to students on the Feenix platform. And
Okay.
some of them have even gone on to donate to Cap the Gap because they truly believe in access to education not being dependent on wealth. And
Yes.
it's amazing to see community coming together in that way.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like we really are passionate about what we do and Cap the Gap. And like Mabel says, we all need to play our part. You are
Yes.
absolutely right, Mabel. And
I
I
love
love
that
that you
we're all
spoke about
responsible for our future. This is what drives me. Wonderful.
see, and I love what you said about the Constitution, you know, and active citizenship. And one of the things that we encourage is paying it forward, you know, in
Mm.
any way that you can. So we have had students who go on to graduate, start working, and they pay it forward by funding
I've heard
other
that.
students.
I've heard that.
It's just really amazing
That's
to
wonderful.
see. It's really amazing to see.
Mm.
So yeah, so just like carrying on with like what we're talking about, I want to ask you now, why you think, what does Mandela Day specifically mean to you? Because we, part of our Cap the Gap campaign for Mandela Month, we've decided to
Have people,
push,
yes.
have people donate as little as 67 Rand, because obviously with COVID, people can't go out there and do their 67 minutes.
Yeah.
But that 67 Rand that you donate to Cap the Gap can make a difference in the life of a student.
And tell me,
Um,
how easy is it for people to donate? To donate, what are the ways that people can donate, Paul Bruce Brand?
Okay,
Yeah,
so you just go to www.capthegapfund.org,
yeah,
and it's very easy to donate there. We have made it so easy. You just click on the donate button and follow the steps. It's quick, it's easy, it's amazing. And what's
yeah.
nice is you can even get a Section 18A from us at Phoenix.
Right.
So
Do you have
there's
to have a
that
credit card?
benefit.
Do you have to have a credit card?
Um, no, you don't have to have a credit card. There are different ways that you can actually donate, but you just
Okay,
click on the donate button and then you choose the one that's best suited for you. The
great.
payment method that's best suited for you or that you're comfortable with. But we encourage people to go to www.capthegapfund.org to find out more, and to click on that donate button.
Cool.
So if you're on the website and you're already there, just click on the donate button.
Yeah. And
Every little bit counts.
as you say, for Mandela a month, people can donate from as little as 67 Rand,
Yes,
but you definitely can donate more. Yeah.
yes, you
Right.
definitely can donate more. You
Yeah.
definitely can. You definitely can. So you were about to tell us what Mandela Day means for you.
Yeah. For me, you know, I was born in 81. So I was born in a different country. I mean, yeah, it's like another country that I was born
Mm,
into.
mm,
And
mm,
Mandela was such a central figure in my coming up years. And
mm,
he stood in my mind and in the mind of my community. And then, after he was released in the mind of the whole nation and the entire world, as somebody who really stood for what he believed in. And he really like he put his whole life where
mm.
his mouth was, to like
Yes, yes,
mess up the turn
definitely.
of phrase. But and for me, and that is why we celebrate Mandela Day. It's not only because he had this glow about him, this kind of like saintly glow, but it's really like it's action. He was
Mm.
a man of action, where his principles and his actions were really aligned. And that is the reminder for us every time we celebrate Mandela Day and Mandela Month, as you say. So for me, the meaning is to remember that we all have power. We all have power to create a
Mm,
change. We all do, no matter what circumstance you are in. No matter if you man
mm,
if you live in your shack and you are struggling day to day. How many poor people that I have met that have so much humanity. They have so much heart
mm,
for the next person, and they might not be
mm,
using money, but there is a generosity of spirit that exists in all of us, and there is an
mm.
urge to make our family's life, our community's life, our world better. And for me, that's what Mandela Month harkens to.
Oh, I love that you just said that. Hi, Sipo. Thanks. Yes, we had Icarus on last week. We had Sipo. Sipo says last week, and he had his plant Icarus with him. Yeah, so he had his plant Icarus with him. So Icarus says hi to everyone once again. So I love what you just mentioned about community and
Mm,
how we all have that within us. We all have
mm,
that thing that makes us want to give, that makes us want to help the next person, and that's what
mm,
we advocate a lot of at Phoenix. So that's where we encourage students to tap into their community, because like you said, community is so important and it's such a
yeah,
vital part of who we are in South Africa. Community is so important, and I love that you mentioned that.
yeah,
That's really amazing.
yeah.
And yeah, so just carrying on. Sorry, I know I'm asking you so many questions. Do you have any for me? Anything that you would like to know more about?
Good. Um, yeah, I mean, what would I say? You know, it's not a question really so much as a comment, you know, just furthering on the community, and also the importance of supporting others in being able to have an education and being able to really make their dreams come true. It's not an act of charity, you know. It's a
Mm.
you're contributing towards a more sustainable society. You know, you're
Yes.
contributing to the future, really, the future of our not just our nation but our world as well. We need all of us to be able to, yeah, I mean, like, I keep coming back to critical thinking, because that's a massive thing that I learned when I was at uni, and in the course of my
Mm.
of my studies, you know, to really be able to sort of engage with the world
Mm.
from a more knowledgeable standpoint, I think,
Mm.
and also from a more, like, it makes you a little bit more, it has made me at least more empathetic, you know, and more able to see
Mm.
myself and my role in the world. And also, yeah, dude, for sure. So it's not an act of charity, you know. You
Mm.
there's no begging here, you know, with the Cap the Gap, you know. And there's
Mm.
you are contributing, you're contributing to a better nation, to a better society, to a better world. Definitely.
I absolutely love that.
When you invest in young people, you cannot go wrong.
I love that.
For
I
sure.
love that. I love how you're like, it's not an act of charity. You're contributing
Mm.
to essentially a better world.
Oh yeah,
Because those those students who graduate, they're going to go on into bettering the world
for
themselves.
sure.
You know. Oh,
Mm.
I'm sorry. I just really love that. I
Mm.
love what you just said.
Mm.
So I'm still wrapping my mind around that. But that is really, really amazing. So powerful. Yes, like Nabila said, beautifully put, Zolani. Yes, beautifully put. Thank you
Right.
for that. So I just also wanted to tap into your. So we've talked about your varsity career. We've talked about why Cap the Gap. We've talked about community. Um, so now, I'd just like to ask you to, if you were to encourage um, people to donate to Cap the Gap, what would you say to them? What would you say? What would?
I'd say, you know, I'd say just donate if you can, and if you
Mm.
can't, share. If you can't, share the information, you know, because the next person will be able to, you know. There's also, you know, you've spoken about tapping into your community. You know, there's all these people that
Mm.
are online now, online here. Share the information, you know. It's for the good of the nation, and it's for the good of the world at the end of the
Mm.
day, for sure.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh my goodness, it's been so amazing just having you and just talking about Cap the Gap. And now we're gonna get into some more exciting news. So a little birdie tells us that you have something brewing,
Mm. Mm.
and so we'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, so tomorrow, you know, in the spirit of Mandela Day and month, I am launching a song.
Oh.
Um, and I'm launching this, I'm not doing it alone.
Mm.
I've enrolled members of the artistic, the music community here in South
Mm.
Africa. And those are people like Amanda Black, Kuli Chana,
Ah.
Jay something, Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Vusima
Oh my
Shastela,
goodness.
Art Matthews, Arno Carstens, Khan, Moby, Karen Zoid,
Oh.
Kylie Cha, Black Mambazo. I mean, about 30 individuals in all, Muslim Da. And
Okay. Oh
we have
wow.
collaborated on a song that I wrote with Aaron Halevi, who started Freshly Ground 18 years ago. And the song is
Mm.
called Because We Are. And it's a
Oh.
love letter. It's a love letter to the nation, but it's also an encouragement. to start dreaming, to dream about what we want our future to look like. Lockdown has taught us so many things about ourselves, and it's taught us so many things about our country. Things like campaigns like Cap the Gap, that have really seen the gap between those who have access to education and those who do not. They have exposed cracks in our society. They have exposed places where we are not resilient as a nation. And they've also, Feenix has also come up and said, I will play my part, in rectifying this and in closing this gap, and has invited the whole of South Africa and the whole of the world to join in doing so. So this is what the song is also doing. The song is also saying that every single person has a part to play in creating the society of their dreams. So we're going to be launching the song tomorrow, but there's a whole campaign that will follow, and the campaign is, it's a conversation, really, just getting people's impressions about the changes that they have made, during the pandemic, and the changes that they want to see in their country and in their world. So it's a long-term, project, and yeah, tomorrow is the launch.
Goosebumps. I just got goosebumps from what you were saying. So excited. I can see that I'm not the only one who's excited. Nabila says she can't wait to hear it, and I've been seeing people on the timeline just expressing how excited they are about this project, and it couldn't come at a better time, like I honestly feel like it couldn't come at a better time. And we are, I know, like, we're excited at Feenix to hear the song, to hear this love letter. I love that you called it a love letter. We are so excited to hear it, about it, and we're also excited to have you as one of our champions, Feenix champion, and to have somebody who is as passionate about what we're trying to do. It's really amazing, and thank you for encouraging everyone who's on the live to just, if they can't donate, to share, because like you said, the next person could see that post and they could donate. It speaks about who we are as a community, and just tying into that love letter, it's just, that is who we are. We, by donating to Feenix, by sharing that information, you are responding to that love letter.
And you're saying I'm a part,
Exactly.
I am a part of the solution. And I play my part.
Oh my goodness, goosebumps. Goosebumps. So we're really excited for what we're going to be doing with you for Feenix. We're excited about Cap the Gap, and we look forward to more interactions with you, and we're looking forward to hearing the love letter.
Because we are.
Because we are. Yes, because we are. So thank you so much, Zolani, for joining us. We've had an amazing time learning more about you, your education journey, why Cap the Gap, community. It's just been amazing, and we can't wait for...
Well, the honor and the pleasure is absolutely mine. Thank you, all of you and all of your team. I mean, this is what it takes. This is what it takes to create the country of our dreams and the world of our dreams. So thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. But before we go, I just want to, like you, encourage people to share, donate on www.capthegapfund.org. Go there, see the student stories, read the blog about some of the students, what they had to say. And also, we would like to give a shout out to one of our funders that has started the ball rolling for Mandela Day, Juta. Yes, they're one of our corporate funders. We're really excited. So shout out to
Good.
Juta for getting the ball rolling. And yes, we'd love to see just more collaboration, more of this amazing stuff, because we
Yes,
are. Yes.
because we are.
Because we are. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us. Have a lovely weekend. We're excited to hear
Yes.
because we are tomorrow for the launch. Yeah, thank you very much. It's been such a pleasure and such an honor.
First of many. Bye. Bye, everybody on the line.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Zolani.